And we are joined in the studio with Jenny Green. We're going to be talking all about the RNLI's SOS Day. Firstly, can you just tell us a little bit about your role as a Senior Fundraising Manager?
Basically, Daniel, I help raise funds for the RNLI. I support a variety of different fundraising activities in Kent. I also work closely with the county's 9 lifeboat stations, and that includes the one here in Sheerness. I also support a network of volunteer fundraising groups, like the one that we had back in September that did the Sheerness Lifeboat Fun Run in September, and that actually raised just over £1,500.
That's really good.
Yes, fantastic, fantastic.
Can you tell us what the RNLI actually is, Jenny?
Yeah, Daniel, most people know the RNLI as the lifeboat charity. The Royal National Lifeboat Institution is actually the charity that saves lives at sea. It provides an emergency rescue service through lifeboats and lifeguards. It also provides sea safety advice to water users, and it teaches children to be safe around the water. A lot of people are actually surprised to hear that the RNLI doesn't receive any government funding and is completely reliant on Joe Public putting their hands in their pocket or going out and doing some weird and wacky fundraising. All our volunteers on our lifeboats, all the crew are volunteers, so they do that in a non-paid capacity, which I think is absolutely admirable to go to see. Is absolutely fantastic. On average, the RNLI lifeboats rescue 21 people every day, so that's quite a large number of people.
A lot.
Like I said before, there are 9 lifeboat stations in Kent, and the one here on the island in Sheerness is one of those. It's quite a busy station. In 2009 it completed a total of 77 rescues, and the RNLI provides a 24-hour service, and the Sheerness lifeboat in fact was out 3 times on this Saturday afternoon, so it's quite a busy station.
Jenny, what is SOS Day?
SOS Day is the biggest fundraising day across the country for the RNLI. It takes place on Friday the 29th of January, so not too long away now. Basically, it's a day where the RNLI sends out its own SOS message to the public to help us raise money. And we encourage the public to do some of their own fundraising activities. It might be something fun, it might be something challenging, or simply to give us a donation, whatever anyone can. Basically, have some fun while raising money for the RNLI to help us save lives at sea.
What is the theme this year?
The theme of SOS is always based upon the letters SOS, which is the International Distress Signal. We encourage people, where possible, to try and use the SOS as an acronym. People can put on fundraising activities at work, at school, or any of their clubs that they might be involved with either through sport or through the local community. For instance, businesses and schools sometimes hold dress up, dress down days where people will bring maybe a donation of 50p or £1 to wear something silly. They might decide to call it Swap Our Suits, or maybe Spots or Stripes. So you begin to see how we bring the acronym in there. There are other things that other people do. Sponsored silences, maybe in offices and schools. Maybe church groups or other groups can do Sponsor Our Songs. But everything and anything, and it doesn't really have to have an SOS acronym, it's just a bit of fun.
Jenny, how can our listeners get involved with the RNLI's SOS Day?
Daniel, there's a variety of ways, obviously by putting on some fundraising or giving a donation, but I would encourage people that may be interested in SOS is to go onto the RNLI website. There's a lot more information about SOS on there. There's a map that you can actually find out what events are happening local to you. You can download some fundraising materials, and also you can make a donation online. That website is www.rnli.org.uk/SOS.
Jenny, what local events are planned for the day?
Right, Daniel, there's going to be a variety of different events. There's going to be coffee mornings and quizzes. Some of the schools will be doing the dress up, dress down day. There'll be people out collecting at supermarkets and at railway stations and in the high street. So if anyone out there does see anyone collecting on Friday or Saturday, the 29th or the 30th of January, please give what you can. It would be smashing to make a donation. One other event that's a bit of away from the island is actually taking place in Walmer. It's an SOS event, so it's Stroll on Sunday, and it's actually a sponsored walk in wellies. Right. So there's a nice RNLI theme there. For those people that might be interested to travel to Walmer to take part, it's actually on the Sunday morning with a start around 10 o'clock. It'll be a 2-mile walk. There is a small entry fee, £4 for adults and £3 for children. For those listeners that might be interested in finding out a bit more information, they can call the South East Regional Office on 01825 761 466 or by visiting that SOS website.
Jenny, I'd like to thank you very much this evening for coming along and telling us all about the SOS Day.
Well, Daniel, I really love coming to see you and to talk to your listeners, and everyone's been really supportive, so thank you very much.
That's Jenny Green here at the Monday Night Community Show, telling us all about the RNLI's SOS Day, which is on the 29th of January.